Are you gonna start with that? You're gonna shoot me, aren't you?
This guy. Welcome back, everybody, to the Select Network. I am one of your hosts, Justin Larshay, and today, it's not just Lib and I. Well, it's just Lib and I as a crew.
Yes.
But as a cast,
She helped too.
that is true.
Like
you were
plugging one mic.
you were an excellent crewmate or crew person.
She turned on a mic.
She did. Yeah, you figured that out.
I
So
used
thank
my
you.
nail to, you know.
Yep.
That's why we need the power.
Women.
Yeah, right. Women's March. That's happening, right? Or it happened. It is today.
Yeah, no, it was
Yesterday.
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 Did London have
What
one?
is yesterday, Lib?
Oh, I just said yesterday and then I said it again, like, out of panic because I didn't think you respected women enough.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I was going to introduce my lovely co-host first, but he can go fuck himself.
Yeah.
I'd rather go with the superstar, Haley.
Hello.
There we go. And also this piece of shit, apparently.
Ayo.
Yeah, you're right.
I knew it.
That was a shot. That was a warning shot.
You're gonna
So-
fucking shoot me. That shit.
How are you guys?
Good.
Great.
Yeah, I went down to Toronto on Tuesday to see her. She's currently at the
York.
York University.
Is that near Ryerson?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
Ryerson's downtown. It's U of T and Ryerson are closer than.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
York is like
York is-
outskirts of Toronto.
Yeah,
almost?
York is in North York / Vaughan. Like it's right in the middle of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The only college, university I know in Toronto is Ryerson for one reason.
You almost went there?
No,
Oh.
no. They did at the time have a film program. I don't know if they still do, but they had something.
Yeah, they're pretty artsy.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
So I was gonna go. The only reason I know about them wasn't because I was gonna go there, but back in 2007, 2008, I attended RVBTO, Red versus Blue Toronto. It was a fan community event where a bunch of just fans got together and would just watch Red versus Blue stuff. Got so popular that the actual Rooster Teeth guys would come down, do sneak peeks of shows, do like little Q&As, and just drink with the fans that were there.
Yeah.
I was there for my website that I was assistant editor-in-chief, right?
That's a title.
Right, that's not something I totally made up. But I was going there and I was lucky enough to have an interview with the Rooster Teeth guys. I was able to interview Matt, Bernie, and Joel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. And then I got drunk with them,
Really?
which was even better. And then I found out that Matt Hollum cheats at Flip Cup.
How does he cheat at Flip Cup?
He tries twice, gives up, grabs it, slams it properly, and jumps on the table and says that he wins.
Well, that's not.
And I have footage of that.
That's not very fair.
Are you going to complain to Matt Holmes saying that he's cheating?
No.
Yeah. But anyways, that's the only thing that I know of colleges or universities in Toronto is that one. And I think there's a Toronto Film School. I think.
It's called like the
Toronto Film School, right? Yeah.
It's
but
like, I don't know.
It's expensive.
It looked snotty and expensive. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just go to the
Well, because I think it was exactly like the Vancouver Film School. And the Vancouver Film School is one of those like I think when the last time I checked was $75,000 for 1 year.
Yeah.
And it's like
Who has that money?
Rich kids that
Yeah.
want to be movie makers.
But see, that's the thing with that was like Jesus Christ. That was probably 7 years ago when I checked that out. Maybe even longer.
It's gonna be even more.
Yeah, so it's probably around like $80,000 to $90,000 now to go there, and that's not including because they didn't include res. So you had to find your own place to live in Vancouver, which is fucking pricey enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there was just I saw that I'm like I can't. I'd rather become a wrestler, which was you laugh, but that was one of my other goals in life.
Well, I fully support you
Yeah.
being a wrestler
Thanks.
because of my love of wrestling. Just to preface that though, like Haley doesn't watch a lot of Rooster Teeth stuff.
Okay.
Sadly, I talk about Funhouse all the time to her, but like
Yeah.
I really don't talk about a lot of the other Rooster Teeth stuff.
No.
With you. Do you know anything about them at all?
No.
You know that's fair. There's different parts of the internet for everyone, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like what I love, right?
Yeah.
Makeup tutorials.
Shut up.
Is that your
That's
wait,
not all I watch.
No, it's not
I
all.
subscribe to like one person.
Yeah, that's not all she does. She also does food for less.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
She's a superstar.
I am.
Like
My
she's the biggest
hometown.
talent that we have right now.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, like it's no joke.
Yeah,
Like-
that's
like-
true.
like-
And I was triple threat of the year in grade 6.
Yes,
So
in grade 6, she knows how to
Yeah.
sing, dance.
I don't know how to sing.
Okay, but you won triple threat, which is singing.
I think it was just mainly because I was a nice
Wait,
person.
so singing, dancing.
and
acting.
acting. Yeah.
This
so.
is why you got the food for less gig. I get it now.
I know.
That was your
Like-
CV. You're just like, bitch.
Like so many times, like when we're just like we're like walking downtown and stuff, and like people are just hilarious.
Well, I didn't realize like what fame in a small town was until we were at Walmart before we left for school.
Okay.
And this lady was like, you know when people are talking at you but you're not sure, so you just kind of like ignore them and you're like...
Don't worry, go on.
But then she like called me by name and I like turned around and I looked at her and I couldn't recognize her face. Like I had no idea who this woman was. And she goes, "Oh, you don't know me, but I see you in your videos all the time. You do such a great job." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks."
So, to preface this for the people who might not know what Food for Less is, I didn't know what the fuck Food for Less was until you guys told me about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it and why are you popular in your hometown?
Okay, so Food for Less is like I hate using discount food store, but technically
It's like your Food Basics, right?
kind of along those lines.
It's better than Food Basics, I found.
Like the prices
Way
are better.
Okay.
But there's certain things that make us have better prices. So like best before dates, there's a big stigma around best before dates and how like their expiry dates.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like on shelf food and whatnot, like they're totally fine.
Like
so
cereals?
yeah, cereals and like Pop-Tarts and all of that. And so we have a lot of products like that where we can sell for a cheaper price because they're either close to their date or past their date.
Which the thing is with those expiry dates, it's not even a determined it's like we think over this period
it's
of time.
the manufacturer's guarantee.
Yeah.
So
and I mean, like obviously stuff that does expire, like milk and stuff. It's like that's not stuff that they.
So we try to get mainly local produce, but of course in southern Ontario that's difficult in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
So
also in northern Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
All of Canada.
Yeah.
But we also have dairy products. So dairy is kind of the same thing where our prices are good because the dates are close but never passed.
Oh, okay.
So cheese is one of those things. It's like it's cheese.
It's a gamble.
It's fine.
It's
You know, you're
fungus. Who
always fine.
cares? It's mold. It's literally milk. It's made from mold.
I don't know. It's a great store, especially for people who are not even necessarily who are like poor, whatever. It's great for even middle class families.
Yeah, middle to low income people would. Look, if we had that in my town, I would be going there all the time.
Dude, I
especially for college kids.
I
too.
stocked up. I have about I think I still got like a month.
How many
and a half.
Pop-Tarts do you have? See that spit go flying? How many Pop-Tarts do you have, Lib?
Okay, so now I think it's down to 7 boxes, but I had.
What, are you serious? It's Pop-Tarts?
I had 9 boxes of
Yeah,
Pop-Tarts.
it is.
I stacked up. I spent $90 at Food for Less and had about 2 months worth of food
Jesus
for one
Christ.
person,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous.
That sounds almost worth it just for me to go drive. And
Honestly,
this is not a
we
paid
have-
advertisement, by the way. This is just literally
Sponsored by
Well, like we have like people who will come from like Windsor and like surrounding towns where they're like it's worth, and even for our bread, like our bread is a very big thing. We have a really great priced bread and it's really great.
Okay.
Yeah, it
And
is.
like people will drive from all over just to come get it because they're like, oh, this place doesn't sell it anymore, so we have to come here to get, because people are very particular about their bread. That's the one thing I've realized from working in a grocery store.
I understand it. I actually get it. So I'm still in Ingersoll right now, which I can actually give an update about that a little bit later.
Okay.
But in Ingersoll, and I go to the independent grocer that's there. It's locally owned, blah 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 blah. It's cool, whatever. And then I'm like, fuck man, like I need to save money. Am I gonna pay $2.99 for the Wonder Bread, or I'm gonna try the Old Mill Street or Old Mill something bread? I'm like, it's like $1. Yeah, sure, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I bring it home. I make myself a sandwich. I'm like, okay, it's thin, whatever. It's thin bread. I'm okay with that. I go to bite into it. I'm like, this is the driest fucking bread that I've ever had. Then I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'll fucking throw it out. I paid money for you. I'm gonna fucking try.
No, we've had people who will come in and buy carts full of bread.
Jesus Christ.
And then they're like, you're like, oh, how do you want me to like bag this up for you? Because we're not like a typical grocery store where you bag your own stuff. We do it for you, or we box it up, and that is the most stressful thing of my whole entire life.
When you see like cartloads of these fucking breads coming in.
And I'm just like,
you gotta not squash it.
yeah, because there literally are people who are just like, don't squash my bread, or if you put it in a bag the way that they don't like it, they'll go to like a spot where there's nobody and move your bread, but like in front of your face, so they're like, "Hi, you did that wrong." Like,
Are you fucking serious?
It's so stressful. Yeah.
There's bread snobs.
Oh yes.
Oh, you know,
and like,
you gotta know that people who go to grocery stores like half the time they're assholes. Like
yeah.
I
and
try my hardest not to be. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think once when you're at this level that you've worked in a business like that and you've been in you've been in that in the last like 5-10 years.
Yeah.
It's like you understand to be good to people.
Yeah.
But some people are so disconnected from that. They're like, if you touch my bread
Yeah.
with your fingers, I'm going to sue.
Yeah, if I see one smudge, one dent in that bread, I swear to God, it's like, Jesus,
But
lady.
honestly, though, like 95% of the people who come in are like completely nice, and they are just a very kind people. And even if they aren't, like I'm the type of person where I always try to kind of, understand that somebody might be having a bad day.
No, I'm
I know you are. We were talking about this last night,
Yeah.
where like Lib is kind of like everybody in the world is evil, and then, like everybody is like wonderful, and everybody has
complete pessimist compared to complete optimist.
yeah.
Look, I get both sides. I've done hotel jobs. Like, I've worked in a hotel.
Yep.
So guests signing in and stuff, like, it can be a pain. I've also been over the phone with, I used to work at a credit card company, or a company that was being hired by the credit card company. I still can't talk about it. Like, I literally signed a non-disclosure agreement.
Okay.
Like, so, like, I can't even talk about the companies that I worked for. But like, the customers, man, when they would call in, they'd be hot, right? So I get being like, everyone's a piece of shit. Like, I fucking hate everyone.
Yeah.
But then calling or going up to someone, I'm always like, hey, look, like, I'm always like, especially the way that I look. Like, I know, like, a big bearded, especially when I don't have hair, or I have a toque on, like, oh, fuck, this dude's gonna fight. And I just be like, hey, look, like, literally, I bring him into like, hey, look, I'm just wondering if you can please, where is this? Or I'm just wondering what's going on with that. And like, okay, thank you so much, and that's it.
Yeah, when we got in that one accident, you diffused that so nicely. It's like I was ready for you to like fight this dude, and then you just get out and you're like, hey bud, is everybody okay? And the guy's like, oh, he starts yelling, and you're like, is everybody okay? And then eventually when he gets it, he's like, yeah, nobody's hurt. And you're like, okay, good, I wanted to know that. And then the guy instantly like got put in his place where he's like, oh shit, this was just cars hitting each other. Like,
No,
they're not even hitting.
Yeah, that's
each
what I'm
other.
saying. Let's be correct here. There was no collision. We can actually talk about this fucking story now because it's way past the state of limitation.
Just
also, if you're wondering why Lib keeps looking,
I gotta run to the thingy to check.
yeah. So we
You
don't
explain
want
that,
this-
I'm going.
Yeah, we don't want this mistake to happen before. Like, so last time, 2 theories as to why we had a technical difficulty where our podcast just stopped. One of them was we think the computer, if it ever fucking goes into hibernation, it just cuts the feed and it stops it. My other theory that I have too is the computer only had 24 or 15 gigs of memory at that time. And I'm pretty sure when it got too close to being it down to 0, it cut the feed as well. So we're gonna, periodically, you're gonna see Liv and I just get up and run over, make sure that everything's fine, come back, and just kind of repeat the cycle over and over and over again. But yeah, this dude, so we were going to one of our colleagues, fucking Leah. We were going to her birthday party. Haley was there, Lib was was in the car, and I was driving over to there. And this was the day that like it fucking snowed like
It had
2
been
feet.
snowing for like 12 days straight.
Like it was bad, and it was thick and heavy snow.
Yeah.
So like driving on the roads, everything was shitty. And we pull up, we find Leah's place, and I remember I'm like, okay, well, where's the driveway? And you're like, it's over. And we stopped because like we don't fucking see the driveway. I'm like, okay, let's try this driveway. We pulled into it. I'm like, I don't think this is the driveway.
Yeah.
And yeah, Haley's like, no. So I reverse. I make sure I look both sides of the road. No cars incoming. Are we good, Lib? Yeah. I reverse out. Still, no one sees cars.
No, there was literally nobody around.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, time to do my 3-point turn.
Move it a bit closer.
All right, cool.
We're good.
And like I'm like, all right, let's make sure that there's no cars in the way. So I reversed out, no, nothing. I look again. I start turning. We still don't see anything. So I'm like, all right, instead of being in the middle of both lanes like a freaking maniac, I'm gonna properly go into the right-hand lane. As I'm doing this, out of fucking nowhere.
It was honestly like magic. Like
Yeah. Because it was quiet. Everything was
Yeah.
quiet. And then, like, literally, I'm going in, and all you hear is, man, and like this fucking, I guess an SUV, I think that's what it was, right?
It was a bigger. It
Yeah.
wasn't a truck, but it was bigger.
Yeah.
No, wasn't it? It was a van.
Was it a van?
Yeah,
It was
was a van.
definitely
It
a
was a
van
van.
because it was just the guy in it, and I was like worried because the only reason I was worried because I was like, oh my god, there
Family.
could have been kids in there,
Yeah, yeah.
but there wasn't.
And then, like, me being a dad, that's also, like, one of my big ones. Like,
that's
I
why
don't
you're
want
coming
to.
out saying, making sure everyone
Yeah.
was okay.
So this guy comes out of nowhere, and he honks, and he whirves into the snowbank.
Yeah.
And we kind of like, or not even the cars don't even touch. It's my mirror kind of just nudged his car, and then somehow the way that it happened, his car pushed my mirror in.
Yep.
That's it. And thankfully I had bendy mirrors, so like no damage was done. I'm like, okay, cool. I reverse out, make sure that everything's okay. We park. I think we park in front of him. No, behind him. We did park behind him at first.
Yep, and then we moved in front to help.
Yeah. And then, sure enough, fucking dude comes out, fucking huffing and puffing, getting be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And he's getting close to the car. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, 1 second, like, I'm going to get out. I wasn't just going to lower my window because that would have, I guaranteed I would have been punched in the face.
Yeah.
Or he would have been like, trying to get inside the car.
Yeah.
So I'm all right. I get out of the car. And look, for the record, I drive a Kia Rio. It's a hatchback. It's a clown car.
It literally is.
It's such a small clown car. So all this dude sees is someone like this. Door opens.
Yeah.
6'4", 300-pound dude walks out, right? So I can guarantee you, he's thinking, "Oh fuck, man, we're gonna fucking fight now." So yeah, he's like, "What the fuck, dude? What the fuck were you doing?" I'm like, "Are you okay? Are you hurt? Is anyone else hurt?" And like Liv said, he just kept on fucking pushing and pressuring. I'm like, "Dude, we can talk about the car later. Is anyone hurt? That's all I care about." And then once they got defused, we figured out what was going on. And he's like, "Well, we're like, dude, you came out of nowhere." I'm like, "You came out of nowhere."
Well, and the thing that still is so weird to me is the fact that, like, where we are, like, there's always cars on the road.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what was so weird was that the fact that there was nobody around and it was so safe to do whatever we were doing.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, he just...
Well, he tried to overtake you when you were going into a...
Yeah.
Like
I was literally finishing, like, it was like maybe about a foot left before I was completely into the lane.
Yeah, and then he tried to go past you.
Yeah.
I mean, because the guy was probably going, like...
way too
fucking
fast.
70,
Yeah,
80
especially
down the
with
road.
how much snow and what
Yeah.
type of snow was out on the road.
Yeah,
like,
there was fucking
no...
wet, sloshy, gross.
What happened probably could have been the safest thing that happened.
Yeah.
Is like
Yeah.
just hit the snow and stop.
Well, it's, like, that's my thing. So, like, to me, there was 3 situations. Look, I'm not even mad at the dude. Like, shit happens. I apologize. We tried him out.
Yep.
He decided to get the car towed out.
Yep.
And that's fine. But, like, again, like, I hold no disrespect towards the dude. His shit happens. But in my mind, there's 3 situations. Either 1, he did what he did. He went into the side, and he got stuck on a snowbank. 2, he would have rear-ended us, and my Rio would have been even more compact
Yeah.
than it was already. Or 3, which it would have been nice if it would have happened, is he would have took the left lane instead of the right lane.
I mean, luckily there wasn't any cars, so if he did, he probably would have...
He could have just went to the opposite lane and like opposite way and then go away, like continue on to his business. But that's not what happened. Shit happened. And yeah, it was one of those moments where, like, being a big guy, like, I had to know, and this is also kind of going with my jiu-jitsu training, not to come out aggressive.
Yep.
That's like the
you
one
come
thing.
out like,
Yeah, I'm like,
hey,
and that's one of the things in jiu-jitsu. That's what they teach you, like, at least in Gracie jiu-jitsu for self-defense. It's like, look, if you think there's going to be an altercation, do not put your hands down, do not bring your hands up, and if you bring if you bring them up, do this.
Yeah.
Just be like, because this is the most defenseless, like the most offenseless, I should say, thing that you can do. Because if the guy does strike from here, bam, you can still react, right? You can still do whatever you have to do. Because in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, they don't teach you to throw the first punch. They teach you to defuse. And if you can't defuse, you take the fucker down, and then you negotiate.
their arm.
No, you negotiate. And then if you can't negotiate, then you break an arm, or you put him to bed.
Yep.
Like, you do whatever. Like, it's such the most non-lethal kind of self-defense that I can think of, because it's like, dude, chill. Bang, take down, dude, chill. You're okay, stop. Okay, dude, stop. Nope. All right, now you're gonna stop.
It's all about like, hey, stop it, and then they keep going. You're like, no, stop it,
Yeah.
and then stop it. It's just like
It's
more
like it's literally a parent talking to a child.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I told you no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of those moments where, like before, just being a big guy, you need to learn how to control yourself. And being at a grocery store or almost in an accident, you got to be able to relax.
yeah, that's everybody though. You gotta know how to handle people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as much as people are all different, everybody has the same tendencies.
Yeah.
In situations, almost 90% of people, and the thing that happened to you, are gonna come out angry about it. So you got to know what to do.
Yeah, you got to be that other 10%.
And
right?
I mean, honestly, it was a learning lesson for me. I know how to handle that situation better now. Because I probably would have been like crying,
and then I would have had to get out of the car and
like,
figure
I
it all
would've
out.
like Pat,
would've
it's
done
okay,
it.
baby, it's okay, it's fine. I mean, that's a good way to diffuse the situation, because I would have been like, oh shit, dude, never
You don't want
mind.
to fight a guy who's crying. So you're like, wow, this is not going to be a fun fight.
But talking about people knowing when to be aggressive and when to not to say certain things.
Heyo.
Hey, Lib.
Nice segue. So just to get into it, I would like to bring up a story about
Overwatch, or more specifically the Overwatch League, but we all have played Overwatch.
Yep.
Obviously, different levels. I think by far I'm the person that has played it and loves it the most.
Yeah.
Just because,
Yeah.
It's fair
I'm
to
crazy.
say that.
I own a shirt that has Genji's like icon on it. So
And I haven't touched the game in 2 years.
Yes, exactly. But you still played it.
Yeah, I
and
played
and
Soldiers.
I tell you about it all the time.
And I understand what you're talking about, which is nice. I can
Yeah.
actually hold a conversation with
Yeah.
you.
And Haley vowed she never was gonna play a video game ever.
Yeah.
And she started dating me, and then she saw me play Overwatch, and now she loves it.
I really don't know how it happened, but one day I was like, I want to try that, and then
she just had a lot of fun. Well, it also comes down to the character Mercy, which, like, she's a really non-violent person.
Yeah.
So then when she look at the game, she sees all these people killing, and then she's like, "Wait, who's this cute blonde-haired girl?" And I'm like, "Oh, she just heals everybody." And then Haley's like, "I'll give the game a shot." So that's the one thing I really like about Overwatch is it's inclusive.
Yeah, there's literally a character for everyone.
Yeah, and speaking on inclusiveness, the Overwatch League, which started out fantastic, it's breaking records.
It just started, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like literally a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Maybe even just a week ago. But it's breaking records in terms of like viewers on Twitch, and it's beaten like League of Legends opening nights and stuff like that.
Which is insane because like League and Dota 2, like
Yeah.
those are usually the
So like
huge.
obviously like League and Dota tournaments now are probably going to pull more numbers, but in terms of like a league, just like a game that isn't the championship tournament,
Yeah.
Overwatch League is bringing in more numbers than that.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah.
And like you said, like, this is gonna be good for business because then it's gonna glue eyes to other products, right?
And one of the things about the Overwatch League that I think it's starting to actually legitimize it is it has its first suspension and fine, I'm pretty sure, for one of the players. Actually, one of my favorite players. Before this moment, I mean, looking at what actually happened, it's like he really fucked up and he said a bad thing,
Yeah.
but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So the player, his name is XQC. He plays Winston, and he's really good, fantastic player. But he's a hothead.
Yeah.
A lot of like I legitimately think he has like like aggression issues and stuff like that. But he didn't play in a game. But after the game, a player on the opposite team like was taunting him and using his catchphrase after that team stomped their team.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So XQC was on a stream and responding to that player, he said, "Shut your fucking mouth. Go back there and suck a fat cock. I mean, you would like it." So, boom! Drops a bunch of vulgarity and then
Yeah.
says.
Also, by the way,
"You're
this
probably-"
is Lib. This is Lib saying, quoting, I should say.
Yes,
You're not
never,
saying that.
no.
He's quoting.
So, straight fucking mouth, suck a cock, all that stuff, and then he says, "I mean, you would like it," which is implying the guy is gay out
Yeah.
of
spite.
out of spite, yeah, and also out of like not out of hey, I actually think this person's
Yeah.
gay.
It's just
Out of,
literally-
I'm mad at you. You're
Yeah.
gay.
Well, and
like
he's
that
just
stupid shit.
using it. He's using the fact that like he's using gay as an insult.
Yeah, like
it's-
suck
Yeah.
a cock because you would
It's-
like it
Yeah.
like that.
Like,
shit.
look, you could say suck a dick, and I'm fine. That to me, that's not maybe it's because I'm old, but to me, that's not a homoerotic
that's just
slur.
No, I
No,
think
that's
that's
more
just-
like that's
I-
more like you're just being disrespectful
Yeah,
to somebody.
yeah, like calling someone a bitch, or my favorite, which I know a lot of people don't like. It's like, fuck, man, that was so retarded. Or you're so retarded. Like,
Yeah.
I can see it right there.
Because we were watching the last one at my place, like the last podcast at my place, and I remember seeing or like hearing you say that, and I remember just watching him being like, I know he's older than us, and I know it's different, but like it just is like,
I'm the old man.
yes.
I mean, at least you're like it's like you're using. I mean, retarded compared to other. I don't know. It's,
Look, here- so
you could be
this is
saying
my
a lot.
only
You could have
defense.
just dropped the N word or
Yeah,
something.
this is my only defense. It's not even a defense. It's just my way of thinking. When I say the word retarded, I don't mean it as like you're someone who's
You act
mentally
like
deficient,
somebody
like,
with mentally.
yeah, with any
mentally-
mental disorders or any kind of handicaps. Because for Christ's sakes, my dad is physically handicapped. Like he broke his spine years ago, and he can kind of walk now. Like, well, not like years ago, he's able to start walking again. And I will never ever make fun. Like I will never use the word cripple. I will never call someone crippled. I will never call someone straight up sped because that's an old one. That's one that's
I haven't heard that in forever.
yeah. That was back in high school. That's what people who were in
Yeah.
special education they would call them speds. Fuck, it's fucking dumb. It's fucking retarded. That's
See,
like
that-
that's literally what roll on my tongue.
It when it's targeting somebody with that, and you wouldn't say that.
Because like to me, retarded is like stupid.
Yeah.
Because some people could argue that the word stupid goes back to that idea. Like, oh, you're just making people who have learning disabilities. Like, no, I'm just saying it's dumb. Oh, you're saying it's dumb. It's like, fuck. So, unfortunately, I know it's a word that a lot of people don't like hearing. And hopefully by people, again, it's not defending, but my interpretation of it.
It comes out when you're talking naturally and
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah.
And it's also in a moment of usually of quote unquote passion. I'm never gonna be in normal dialogue be like, oh fuck Shane, you're so retarded. I'll never say anything like that. Actually, I don't think I've ever called someone retarded.
You've said someone's actions were
Retarded.
Yes.
But not saying that person themselves were retarded.
No.
So to me, it's just like one of those words that's like saying it's stupid. I know that.
I think it's for you. It's just like it's a little bit of like this that you're not used to yet.
Yeah, the world's very PC, and I there's certain things there's certain things I will always understand. I hate this. I hate the word fag. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Queer, I don't like, unless it's using the word like, well, that's queer, and like the way that's supposed to be, like that's weird, that's strange, like the original way the word queer was supposed to be meant to be said. But people don't do that. People have to be bigoted, bad people, and they want to use it as a derogatory term towards people, or transgenders, or bisexuals, anything like that. I don't even like the word bi.
Really?
I don't like the word bi.
Bi is literally, it's the one that's like okay because it's actually what it's called.
I know, but to me it's just like I would just say, oh, you're bisexual.
Yeah, but it's nobody uses the word.
I know, but that's how weird I
derogatory.
am. That's how I don't understand.
Yeah.
But like again, like where people say, like I used to say it as a kid because I didn't know any better. When I used to say shit, that's so gay.
Yeah, everybody.
It's so long.
But even I remember saying that, and then
it's just something you don't think about because you're not exposed to that when you're a kid. You don't know the actual impact that it has.
Yeah.
Well, and like I also grew up in a Catholic school.
Same here.
So, things like that, they aren't discussed. So you don't really realize what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, got to the point where, like, 7th and 8th grade, the internet, from, like, it was massive.
Yeah.
And, like, I just remember, like, there was a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But it was a big thing for teaching.
I like that. Okay. So this long-winded thing is to go back to the discussion. Lib, go.
Well, actually, I had another point about it too. You know what? I'll discuss it. I'll just talk to Haley about it.
Oh,
you guys
right.
start combo.
I forget what my point was about actually. Oh, it was
Overwatch
about.
dude.
No, not the Overwatch dude yet. It was actually, I forget where I read it. It literally could have been Twitter, but it was something that I actually thought of a lot. It was like saying their mom was telling them something where basically the first thought that pops in your head is what the society has taught you and what the things you've been conditioned to be. And then the second thing, or the thing that you think and that you were going to say, is what you think. Mm-hmm. So if something pops up in your head where you're like, you see like something about like gay people or something, and it kind of like originally makes you uncomfortable, but then you take a second, you're like, you bring it to your head. It's like that makes you that's the difference. It's what you say about what you think. I think. I mean, obviously, the way you act and what you say compared to what you think. So yeah, but this XQC thing is pretty bad. I hate it. He's Canadian too, and he's really good, but
I know.
he's an
I
idiot.
think that you have to put aside the fact that he's really good. Like that's not like
definitely.
I know you're not using it as an excuse, but then I think
this is me
come off as you being like, I know he said he's just a really good player.
The way I was trying to use it was saying like, oh, he's so good and all this stuff. Like this is
why did he
person.
Have to be
why are you so dumb?
It?
Like I'm not defending it. I'm just saying like, ugh. But he later released a statement apologizing. The one thing I told Justin about this, I told you. He went onto a stream because he's still streaming. He's still allowed to stream, and he said that if the $2,000 doesn't go to LGBT charities and supports, then he himself is going to match the $2,000 and donate it himself. Everything working?
Yep.
Which I mean, it could be a PR move, a scapegoat.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it comes from a little bit of actually being apologetic about it.
And
so
like
the $2,000.
My nature though is like I want to believe everyone in what they say, but with all of these ideologies that have been going on online and with I find it so hard to believe anyone.
Yeah.
Because it's just
because it's easiest to be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean the thing though is, as much as it could be fake and stuff, and it could mean nothing to his character, he could be just doing it. At least money's being donated to. You
gotta look at the positive, right? You gotta try that positive spot.
Like I don't know, it's really nothing good I can say about this. I don't think you can defend him. He himself came out and said like, Yeah, I was stupid and
Yeah.
it was fucked up. Also, one of his teammates, Siegel, who's like a really big streamer, really popular player, he went on a stream and they asked him about it, and Siegel just straight up said he's just a moron. Like he messed up. It was dumb. Like there's not. It's end of the thing. That's all you can say about it. But the reason I like to bring it up is because first off, you know, there is a lot of stigma about Overwatch League being legitimate into sports, and well, it's legitimate in esports now.
Yeah.
But even more esports being legitimate into actual sports.
Yeah.
And honestly, as stupid as it sounds, I think that bans and fines and suspensions and stuff is actually starting to prove that this is being legitimized.
Boy, it's the same idea as when they started cracking down on the people on the must have been about a year or two ago, or maybe even longer. When like esports were starting coming in, and then like they were cracking people down for marijuana.
Yeah.
And Adderall.
Yep. Adderall's a big one for esports too.
Oh yeah, because I mean Adderall is it gives you an edge.
It's performance enhancing.
Yeah, it literally becomes a performance enhancing drug.
And it's starting to like show that it's like this isn't a video game. This is a league.
Yeah.
That has rules, and when you break those rules, you're gonna have to pay, and that is legitimizing it.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited because we were talking about it. Like, can you imagine one day you'd be like sitting at home and you put on TSN and it's got like, you know, the Overwatch and League of Legends highlights of the night and stuff like that.
Well, what is it, like TSN or ESPN Channel 3 or whatever? They did that, right?
Yeah, they're starting to show some more esports stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and I just think it'll just be like interesting because I never really grew up around video games.
Okay.
Like just because my family, it was me and my sister. So like, and I feel like video games were very much aimed towards boys.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
for years.
And so like our house, we like the biggest console we ever had was a Wii, and we would play like Mario Party 8 on it, and like
Yeah, that shit can get competitive.
That game was the best. But like talking like with Lib and being around his family and whatnot, and like we were talking about this last night, how we could like I could even see myself nowadays like or like in the future or whatever with our kids and whatnot, like sitting around the TV and watching.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
we yesterday night we were just hanging out and we put on like the Overwatch League to watch.
Yeah.
As I mean, first and foremost, it's interesting to watch. It's fun to watch.
Well, and it's something that I never ever saw myself doing, just because like, you know, growing up, you think sports are like sports are different than esports, and like I never understood esports.
Like,
and,
to a lot of people, esports was like, okay, you're playing video games. Where's the skill in that?
But like now that I have played video games, like I notice like how like the skill level you have to have,
Yeah, it's
like and the
ridiculous.
hand-eye coordination and all of that, and
So one thing that you really you really don't know a lot about is like CS:GO, but CS:GO esports is insane. Some of like the reactions, it's like somebody like, if I'm like looking over here and then I see one like pixel of a person over here and the person can like instantly aim and like shoot the person.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's disgusting.
So I'm really glad that, first of all, I'm glad that Overwatch cracked down on this so fast.
Yeah.
Almost immediately when that happened, they released a saying like, all right, he's done for 4 games, and then Dallas Fuel, which is his team, came out with a statement saying he's suspended for the remainder of the first. Basically, the first month is a bunch of pool play.
Okay.
So,
which is, it's not going to affect them. It's not going to affect the team that badly.
The team. Okay, so the team has some problems.
Okay.
So putting it in, one of the best teams in the league right now is Seoul Dynasty, which is it's basically South Korean players. It's a South Korean team.
Yeah.
And they're made up of around 8 players, I believe. Dallas has about 14.
Holy jeez.
So they have about 2 rosters and 2 subs. So they keep mixing up the rosters and stuff. So that takes a lot of chemistry away from your original people playing.
Your original composition is kind of skewed now.
So even probably their most famous person is Siegel, and he plays one out of every, out of the entire match, he plays 1 game and plays like Pharah basically. So they're having a lot of trouble because their tanks and their DPS keep switching. They have 2 really good supports and that's good, but their tanks and DPS are constantly different. So they're having a really tough time. And then a team that nobody thought was going to do that well, it's actually doing well, is Los Angeles.
Okay.
Their team has about, I think, honestly, 7 players. About 6. Oh, no, they got about 8. They got a couple subs. But their team is just phenomenal because they keep 5 players constant, and then they have these 2 DPSs that they really switch because, one guy's really good at Genji and another guy's really good at Widow, so you mix it up for every map, basically. But their team is doing fantastic because you just watch them play, and it's not 6 people trying to play the game. It's a team trying to play the game.
Yeah.
And like even the fact that I can talk about it in this way and see that strategy means that it's having some sort of legitimate effect. So again, I wanted to bring up this story because I think it's a really big step forward towards making esports household.
Yeah, to make esports just sports.
Yeah, to like see your kid wearing a jersey about an Overwatch player or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or
Anyway, I thought about that, but
Yeah.
I mean that's too expensive. That was my story for the day, though.
it was a good story. Good story.
Yep.
So one of the things I wanted to talk about is something that I keep trying to fucking bring up during every podcast, and either
Logan Paul.
no, we're done. We're done. Like I am not
No
even.
more Logan Paul.
Just it's been done to death.
Get him out of our house.
Pretty much. Like, look, shit happened. He's an idiot. He got reprimanded. He's still an idiot. He'll always been an idiot. He'll forever be an idiot. That's it. And I'm dropping. We're not talking about it anymore.
Next story then.
Yeah. It's something that's literally, I think it's from the first podcast I wanted to talk about this, or at least since Leah's party. And it's proper etiquette for parties.
Oh, okay.
So-
all right, interesting.
I had a quote unquote party. I had a get together for my New Year's Eve. Over at my place. It was old people stuff. It was great. I loved it. We played fucking board games, and then midnight hit, and then we had some champagne, and that was.
That's my shoot.
But one of the things is when you're throwing, like I've also thrown big parties before where a bunch of people came over and stuff. We'll say party starts at fucking 8:30 or whatever. Okay. Like on Facebook, here it is, and this is another thing. I'll talk about my version before Facebook events and all that shit got planned out.
Yeah.
Literally back in the day before Facebook, when I wanted to set something up with a bunch of people, we would literally, it's not okay, but like we would literally text each other. I'd have my list of friends that I talk to all the time. We'd be like, hey, yo, fucking Saturday, this time, blah, 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 come in, who's coming in, cool.
Yeah.
We'll set it for 8. And then at that time, if I were to be like, yo, Lib, be here for 8 o'clock, or a party starts at 8, I should say, what time would you show up at?
Honestly, like it's always my rule of thumb is usually I like to be there like a half hour late or so.
Yeah, you never want to be the first person there, right?
It's you want to
I am like an hour and a half to 2 hours after.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Not with me. Any party you've gone to with me.
How many parties have we gone to together?
Like 4. And we've been there like half hour after.
Okay. Back in my party days.
Oh.
She had I didn't hit that phase.
Unless
in high
I was
school.
throwing the party.
Yeah.
I like to be there late.
Now, were you shit-faced or were you completely sober going in?
No, buzzed.
Oh, buzzed at least. Because there is no way that I ever was able to go to a high school party without already being buzzed. Just because of...
High school parties are the worst.
Yeah.
Never been to one, thank Christ.
You're not missing out.
No.
It's basically,
threw
it's like...
a few.
It's... High school parties are so little about actual conversation and so much about...
Loud music, getting throwing up.
Beer pong.
Beer pong and fucking. That's what high school parties are.
So the high school... Sorry. I've been to 2 high school parties. I've been to 2 of them.
Like, recently?
No. Yeah, fucking age 29. God damn it. No, I've been to 2. And one of them was... so I didn't drink until I was 19. I actually waited until I was legal.
Nerd.
Yeah, I was. I was. You saw pictures. You saw how long my fucking hair.
Did. Oh my god, you look like such a nerd in the past. With that one video that you showed. Oh my god. Okay.
Thanks, Liv. Confidence is going.
I know.
Right up.
You look better now.
Anyways, yeah, I went there and all it was little kids because they acted like little kids. Doing just loud, and I mean like just screaming loud, doing stupid things. One of them was the guy who threw the party was Pat, his brother. I think it was like his birthday party or whatever. Got so wasted, he came out in wasn't supposed to be this, but it was like an elephant mask, a kid's elephant mask. He was wearing that on his crotch. His dick was inside of his trunk, like inside the trunk of the elephant. He's not wearing any clothes except for that. And he's like, I'm an elephant, where the fuck he said. He goes, he makes the trunk, which means he was erect, because he makes the trunk go, whoop, whoop. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? And I'm just like, I've had enough. I'm like, Eric, like, are you leaving? He's like, yeah. I'm like, can I just fucking get a ride with you? Like, this shit's crazy. And then, sure enough, like 10 seconds later, Joe was his name, was passed out on the floor throwing up.
Oh God.
Yeah, because he went too fucking hard too fast. And then the other time was again at Pat's place. No, it was at Pat's camp. It was at Pat's camp.
Okay.
But I was 19, so no, that doesn't count. Let's go back further back. I was not 19, and I went to the party again. And then because of big beard, people used to call me Jesus all the time. That was Jesus Christ. I really was.
That's pretty sweet.
At a Catholic school, which was fucking amazing.
Yep.
And I was dating Tracy, my wife. We were obviously only dating at that time. And I told him, I'm just gonna go to like a party. I'm just gonna hang out with my friends, see what happens.
Yeah.
And like, okay, you drink? I'm like, fuck no. So I go and everyone's drunk again. Everyone's fucking completely wasted. I'm like, I just got here. Like, what the fuck, man? And I didn't arrive early. I arrived about 30 to 40 minutes after I showed up. And people are just fucking, they're all wasted. And there's one girl that I talk to every now and then. And she's like, oh my God, Justin. I'm like, oh, how's it going? Fucking, I have my one friend who was so hammered. This is a sidebar story. Where he wanted to scare people that they were downstairs. So what he did was, he snuck, put his head down, and he's gonna go, roar, when someone walks by.
Okay.
That was, he was so drunk, he thought that was gonna be funny. And X, you're an idiot, I love you. He goes,
Fall asleep.
roar! It's 4 hours later, everyone's passed out.
Oh my God.
He tells me, so I'm like, what the fuck's wrong? He's like, what did you have to do? I was like, I looked around. I'm like, what happened? I get up, I go to the car, I'm like, you didn't fucking drive. He's like, no. I then fell asleep in the car. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. Yeah, at X, I love you to death, but goddamn it, dude. I know he's this girl, I can't remember her name anymore, we'll call her Jess. And she's like, oh my God, Justin, my guy's going, and we're talking, whatever. And like, she's like, give me a hug. I'm like, okay, whatever. I hug her, everything's fine. I keep talking, I'm like, I'm about to leave. Don't leave. I'm like, no, I'm about to leave. She jumps, fucking, like, grapevines around me, like a fucking monkey in a tree, and she's like, you're not leaving? I'm like, okay,
You're not
like,
leaving.
Yeah, like, it was like one of those moments. I was like, no, like I need to talk to my girlfriend. I'm like, no, and like just like push her away. I'm like, I'm walking home, man. Like this is fucking dumb.
Oh my God, that's good.
And that was like the moment. Fuck, call like high school parties. Like this is the dumbest thing in the world.
One thing that put high school parties into perspective, for me, was when her sister had a grade 9 high school party at her house, and we were staying at my house for the night, but we had to go back to get stuff from her house.
Okay.
And the party was at her house, so we went out in the backyard where it was happening, and it felt like we were like the parents.
Oh really?
It felt so
Because we were
weird.
like in like our and shit in like sweatpants because we were ready to sleep and
Yeah.
stuff.
You're like, hey, keep it down.
Like,
Hey.
there's these kids and like. Literally, I think all of the guys were wearing the same fucking
Like
outfit.
khakis and like
khaki
some
shorts and like
Adidas.
Oh, like
sliders.
like a bunch of fucking chads.
And like a backwards hat. And I swear they're all wearing the same hat. And it was we just went up, we're like, hi Macy, and then she was like, it was just so brutal. I didn't want to talk to anybody because I felt really creepy about being
So a 9, and you guys, how old were you guys?
grade 12. Well, I was 13, she was 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Grade
were just
13.
graduated.
Yeah.
You were 13 years old. Then? I went to the
I went to the
future.
high school party.
Just call me Marty.
But yeah, so end of high school, and we were at this grade 9 party.
Yeah, no, it definitely took me back because when I was her age, I was having parties in my backyard.
Okay.
My parents were super okay with all of that. It wasn't like we were throwing them behind my parents. But one time, worst idea of my whole entire life. And it was so weird because she had way more kids than I ever did for my little parties.
Keep telling the story.
But like seeing kids in like the same spots at like shared memories.
Yeah, you're
and
like,
stuff, and I was
you're shitting
don't do
on
what
that.
I did in that corner, and don't do what I did in that corner, and like it was just, and it's also weird to like for my little sister to be in that position because it's like whoa,
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah, friends. They're 23 and 25 now. That's I think somewhere around there, that age, anyways. And it's kind of the same situation you're talking about, in the sense of like they were going through the same things as we were. Where like they were buying a house and like, or they were doing all these big steps. They were getting married, and they would ask us questions, and like we're like, well, like here's the mistake that we did. Just try to avoid that. Like we would never be like, do this, do that, because the moment it's like me, if you tell me, Justin, don't go touch that sign, I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna slap that fucking sign. Like, do not tell me what I can and cannot do. But if you want to be like, hey, just so you know, last time I tried to slap the sign, I got my hand cut, it was really bad. Like, so like just a heads up if you were thinking about doing that.
Yeah.
Like that, like give advice. Unfortunately, these people, Brittany and Charles, I'm not hiding it. Like, you guys know who you are. Totally ignored what we would say. And there's like, well, I don't understand this. And I'd be like, okay, well, Brittany, try this. Nope. Just like totally fucking would ignore it. Which is fine. That you are your own person.
Yeah.
Right? You make your own rules and you make your own mistakes. And I'm 100% behind that because that's how you learn. But if you want to learn through someone's mistakes and then not listen, I don't have no pity on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not an idiot. Not an idiot. I can't say that because these are friends of mine.
Oh.
They just.
I didn't know the context.
Yeah.
You just came in and said that.
Yeah, no, I just think it's one of those situations where it's like you help, and then when the help is given to you, totally ignore it.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
I think most people are like that, you know, where they ask for it, but then it's like.
You tell them the truth, and they're like, "Well, that's not what I wanted to hear."
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not
I'm
what
gonna
they
do what
want
I
to hear,
think.
then they kind of just do what they please.
Yeah. Which, I mean, again, I'm totally fine with that because, like, you need to make your own mistakes or you need to make your
Yeah.
own victories. I understand that. It's just like if you are specifically asking for advice, and then it's given to you, and you're like, I'm not gonna do that. And it's like, then don't fucking ask me.
Yeah.
Like, then we're done. Like, I love you, but we're done. I'm never gonna give you any advice ever again.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. But anyways, going back to the party etiquette thing.
Okay.
So.
One more. You got more questions?
Yeah, because I want to see if it's the same idea as I have. So. 30 minutes roughly.
My ideal behind it. First off, I think if you're ever throwing a party, make sure you have about like 4 or 5 friends that are coming over to help you
Yeah.
set up, so that gets there. It's not you and another person.
So
Just like, hey.
when I do parties back at the house, which another thing, it's kind of like because at the time Tracy and I were the only ones who owned a house, because I think we got our house when I was 21 or 22. So like we got a house very early on. So that became party central. It didn't matter what was happening. People would come over. We'd always fucking do parties there. You sound like a nice person idea of like get friends over to set up. Let's just say if the party was at there you go. I was turning the Kermit the Frog there for a second. If the party was at 8, Tracy and I would be setting up at like 7:30, 7 o'clock. So if someone did show up at 8, everything's already good to go.
Yeah. Well, like it's not invite people over for 8 and when they get there start there. It's like if you're having a party at 8, like hang out with your friends like an hour before. You want it to be that when the first person gets there, there's 5 or so people there, so it's not like a one-on-one, you know, because it could be somebody that you're not really close with that's just like a casual friend that came, and then you have to hang out with them until there's 3 people, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I get that.
But I say 30 minutes because you don't want to get there first, but you don't want to be, you want to enjoy the party, and I think you need, you know, I feel like if you go too late, it's hard to enjoy the party if everybody else is already at a level that you can't be at, even just from preing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, you have a different point by the way you're looking at me like.
I show up 3 hours late and I just do whatever I want.
I just like
shotgun a beer and then I dive into a window.
I just like there was a really long time where I didn't really party or drink. Like I was always the DD. So like technically I don't really count it partying if you're not drinking with everyone, which I know is like kind of sad, but like it is partying, but like it isn't.
That's fair, Lib.
What?
So what I did, Bucks, on Leah's party, I wasn't partying. Is that what I'm hearing?
You were partying, but like it wasn't like partying.
You were you didn't come to DD. You came there to make sure your presence was there so nobody was offended. And then you're like, the whole time though, you're like, I just want to go home and play PUBG. I know it.
No. Okay. That was for Clarissa's thing. That's how I followed Clarissa's thing, where I wasn't even going to show up.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
Are you coming? And I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm coming. Like, I'm on the way. Like, hurry up. I'm like, don't you fucking tell me what
Don't test me.
Yeah, like, go, bitch. Like, you have no idea right now. I'm coming with my vodka. I'm going to smash this bottle in your, like, right in your face, Shane. I love you, Shane.
The thing though I found about my idea of being 30 minutes, though, is sometimes you are the first person there.
Yeah.
Like, you're still the first, right?
That's
Yeah,
why
and
you
then it's
really have to
awkward.
like. That's why I really like to.
Okay,
give
here's
some
the
time.
thing.
But when
Get people before and go with a group. That's what I think.
Yeah, because when I threw that one party that I have, I had a bunch of friends come over beforehand, and if I wouldn't have, the first people who showed up were like these 4 guys who were actually like.
Kinda
one
sketchy.
of them was like they weren't like they were, but they were also like. They were popular, so they had power. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it
the
wasn't
social power.
Yeah, so it wasn't like I could just be like, no, you need to leave or you need to wait for people. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And I remember having my friends there. I was like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, well, like, can't we just, like, hang out? And I was like,
Please don't.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Please leave.
Yeah, 2 girls with 4 dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Unlike those.
But I'm the
numbers.
spring fling prince. Like, get the fuck out of here, Ron.
It's like October. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So it's kind of funny because the parties that you guys are talking about is something I still wouldn't. When I say like I throw a party, I literally just I'm getting a bunch of friends together.
That's
it.
that's
Like I don't bring.
that's my
strangers in.
level now. That's my level now. I don't like.
Yeah. High school parties were like definitely where like it would just be a bunch of like random
But
people.
like at a high school party, you kind of know everyone from your high school.
Yeah,
and
because
a little
it's-
bit from all the other high
But
schools.
you have the risk of another high school students just waltzing
Well,
in.
but
Yeah,
the thing with
that's- yeah,
where
that's-
we're from, like, it's so small that everybody basically
Okay.
knows
Yeah,
everyone.
so
Like,
it's-
so if it's our public high school and then some of the kids from the Catholic high school, or the other public high school come,
Yeah.
like, or the other public one, like it.
Yeah, plus like social circles and shit. All the popular kids know the other popular
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, it's
High school was
so
so.
clear.
I hated high school.
Well, it's kind of funny. So being again, it's been 11 years since I've been out of high school,
Yep.
and coming to college now. Which we'll talk about this now. We can actually kind of segue this into like first impressions because we've talked about this before, like our first impressions of everyone.
Do you remember my first impressions?
Well, we're going to talk about that, you asshole. But anyways, was when I first came in, I'm like, oh wow, this is straight up high school. The nerds are with the nerds, the pretty
I
girls.
realize everybody's depressed.
Like the stoners are with the stoners. I'm like, has nothing changed in the 11 years that I've not been in high school? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Then I realized after like a week or we'll say about close to the first month,
Yeah.
maybe a bit less. Oh wait, the stoner Shane is talking to the nerds, Cole and me, and like, oh there's the
was
loudmouth.
I a jock?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to you in a second. But anyways, like the pretty girls.
It was like
he's gonna get to me and he's like, oh, the sad loser kid came over and started talking to us.
But no, then it was like one of those moments where like, oh wow, like everyone's just talking to everyone. Like so, like the clicks cut away pretty fast, but I can still see that they're there.
It's just natural.
Like it's a herd mentality, and I understand that, right? Like you're gonna go to where you're most comfortable with,
Yeah.
but at least now it seems like at least in this day and age, people are not afraid to like, oh, I'm gonna talk to these people, or I'm gonna talk to those people, and everything's gonna be fine. Like there's no, we're like, get the fuck out of here, man. With younger, that's one of the biggest issues.
Well, like
Yeah.
that's like you think about like going up to a kid and asking him a question, like shut up, nerd. Like you're just like what's your like everybody around them's like, what's this guy's issue?
Yeah.
Like,
Also, I guess
nobody
also
thinks like that.
being 11 years older than or 12 years, depending who it is, older than everyone else here. If someone's like, shut the fuck up, nerd, I'm like, I'm sorry, Junior, what the fuck did you just say to me?
I'm your dad.
Like, what? I'm gonna call your father right now.
Anywho,
But anyways, first impressions. You have the more interesting one.
for you,
Yeah. Well, so let's go down to the people that we talked to. So we're gonna go with Raimi, Cole, Colin, Shane, yourself, myself, and yeah, I think that'll be the core ones that we'll mention because I don't want these people. We could say jokey things about it, and I know we're not gonna hurt their feelings.
yeah. All right, so
And
first-
you're included in this, Haley.
yeah, true. You've met everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't.
You know, I don't think you've met everyone enough to have like a.
No,
You could
but
have a first impression.
the people I can mention a couple of them, and we can also throw me in there because we've had interesting car rides.
I mean, I feel like Justin's the person you've known that you've met
The
the
most.
most.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So first impression, what did you think? So we'll save each other for last.
Okay.
So what did you think of Colin when you first saw him, when you first spoke to him? Or saw
Colin?
him?
I thought he was. I just thought he was super interesting. Because like one of the first conversations we had, he showed me like he had like 100 movie scripts downloaded on like his laptop or something. I was like immediately, I was like, yeah, I can fuck with this guy. Like,
Yeah.
like not like fuck with him, you know, like.
Well, you could chit chat, you can shoot the shit.
Yeah, because like you know, being such a movie geek myself,
Yeah.
one of the first things I learned about him is his love of movies. So that
Yeah.
immediately, I had a great first impression with him.
There you go.
It's been one of my favorite people to talk to.
Yeah.
So
My impression of Colin was absolutely nothing,
yeah,
which is a good thing. Where like I'm just like, oh, Colin's a dude, cool. I'm gonna talk to him for a bit, and then oh shit, this guy's a fucking movie buff. Like this is awesome. Like I can. Let's go with Shane.
I thought Shane was gonna be way more spiritual.
Spiritual.
Okay, he had long hair and like a headband, and he was wearing like super casual. I thought he was gonna be like the dude from
He dresses
from
like
like
it.
the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, he dresses like him, right?
I did one thing right off the bat though. He's like I found he's a really nice guy, like really helpful and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And immediately off the bat, that's the vibe I got from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought he was gonna have like some weird pulls out and starts making tea.
Or like bongo drums aside of the blue.
Or like in the middle of class though,
Yeah.
and you're like, why are you sure you're doing that?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
He hasn't had that moment yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So my impression of Shane was total. It's gonna sound mean, but it's not. I'm not trying to make it sound mean, but just a total waste.
Oh man.
And it sounds
man.
it sounds to me, but in the sense of like he's just so like.
Justin's out here dragging people. He's like, I swear we can joke around about. Oh.
No, but what I mean by waste isn't like he just doesn't like he didn't care about anything. Like
Well,
the
the
prototypical stoner. Like, oh, whatever, man. I'm just whatever.
And then you find out he's got like 4 jobs, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so
You're
like,
better than me.
and like that's one of the things that I was worried about when I first met him. Like I don't want to deal with these people. Like, fuck that. Like, like
You
I've
didn't want to
had
deal
enough
with
of that.
anybody though.
Pardon?
You didn't want to deal with anybody.
No, I really didn't.
Yeah.
I was such a grumpy old man. Let's go with Raimi.
Raimi?
Oh, Raimi Keitel.
I can't even remember the first time we actually met. I don't really. I can't think of. I was like. It was
Like
just
one of
like
those
It
nothings?
was just like a. Hey, I started talking. I think we were in like a group, and she was there too.
Yeah.
And she said interesting things. So I was like, all right, like.
Loud.
Yeah.
Loud.
Yeah. A little bit.
And a hipster.
Oh, the laugh.
The laugh threw me off at first, and then I thought she was a straight up hipster.
Really hipster?
Yeah, come on, dude. The way that she dresses, again, Raimi, I love you to death. But like she wears like, so you have a Blue Jays thing on, you have something written on your shirt. Like Raimi comes in with like the dad sweaters or like the knitted stuff and like very just artsy fartsy because she's also an actor. Like she does plays and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh man, like when it's so hipster, but
Bunch of hipster kids.
what I was worried. Oh, you eat meat, or like, oh my god, the cruelty of animals is so unreal. I was worried there's gonna be one of those people.
Dude, you had such a pessimistic start. Like as much as I'm a pessimist, I never thought bad things about people.
What? I thought nothing
No,
of
but I think
comment.
it's funny that you're just like, oh, the worst thing that could come out of her mouth is veganism.
Not veganism, cruelty to animals.
Aggressive
Yeah.
veganism.
Yeah.
Like you eat meat, didn't realize you were killing yourself
Yeah.
at 40.
Oh, I'm sorry, Adolf. Maybe I'll just back off here a bit. Like people drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Straight up vegans, I don't care. But
Yeah.
the extremist vegans or the extremist
That's
like animal,
anything, though.
yeah.
Extremist anything is
Yeah.
bad. You could stand. You know what? I like Overwatch, but if somebody came at me with an extremist point on it, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah. You
Cut
need,
that out.
you need to stop. All right, go on to the next one. I'm gonna go quickly check the cameras.
What would be the next one? No, I gotta wait because I want to know. I want to know yours too.
All right, let's go with.
You know what? I'll ask Haley about her first opinions of the people.
Hear it.
What? You can hear it. All right, Colin. First opinion.
He's the guy with the hat and the hair. that's literally like, because the first time I met everyone, we had just gotten back together.
Yep.
We
Yep.
had just gotten back together, and
We were doing the Thursday show, and you barely met everyone because we were like, we were going around doing
I
a bunch
just
of stuff.
sat there. So like, everyone are just like,
You don't really you haven't really hung out with a lot of people, except for that one party, but you're more hanging out with just Nicole and
yeah.
um,
The only person who
Shafe.
made an impression there was Shane when he just like showed up at the
Oh,
back.
yeah.
That
He
terrified
was
me.
just staring at the back door.
Yeah.
That legitimately and then and then we said we'd let him in, and then I was going to the front door, and then someone started talking to me, and then I just completely forgot about it.
And the door like 20 minutes later, and he's like literally like an
Yeah.
icicle, but he's like, he honestly looked like he really didn't care that much.
I feel really bad about that. I was hammered though. All right, we didn't. She said that the only person that really had a first impression was Shane when at Leah's party.
Yeah,
when
he
he
was
was in the
waiting
back
outside.
window. Yeah.
How did you forget about him?
I was drunk, and someone started talking to me.
All I kept hearing.
I also have the worst
And I'm
memory.
pretty sure somebody going to the front door or something like, because Liv is totally, I mean, he is a fairly forgetful person.
Were you?
I heard. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I go and open the door, and it's Shane and Colin. Like, Justin, you're here. I'm like, oh fuck, and I close the door on their faces.
All right, who are we on next?
Fuck, we did. Cole's next. Oh.
No, it's not bad. It's when me and Cole met. I'm pretty sure the first thing we talked about was Sonic. So I immediately I'm like, this is gonna bring out my true mean side. I knew it, and like. I just, like, I immediately knew, I was just like, I'm probably going to be friends with this guy. Just because we started talking about fucking Sonic. And, like, we were making the same level of stupid jokes about it.
Yeah, we, what was it, maybe 4 weeks in? Mm-hmm. Yourself, Cole, Colin, and myself started doing the cuck jokes.
Yeah,
Good
yes.
fucking God.
When was that? Was that just an editing class? That was editing.
Yeah, we literally we were doing Sunfest.
And
like,
started calling it like Cuckfest.
Yeah, Cuckfest or Sun Cuck, and like then like everything, like the Terminator was the Cuckinator. Starship Troopers was Cuckship Troopers, like we just Robo-Cuck.
It was literally, we'd all be typing editing, and then one person just goes, Cuck Wars, and then we all just
start fucking laughing.
And I'm sure Michelle, like, because we weren't in the back like we usually were at that time. We would have been closer to the front on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she looked at these people like, oh my.
He's talking about Cuck so much.
Yeah, but she's probably like, these are the ones I'm gonna have the most issues with. It's gonna be these 4 kids, or these 3 kids and that old creepy dude.
Is he even part of the group, or is he just watching them?
Should I call the police right now? Like, I don't want. Look, Francis. I don't know. I think that guy's the kid toucher. I'm not too sure.
Wait, did I start talking to you first or second week? I'm pretty sure it was second week because we started on like a Wednesday. And there was
we started. We talked briefly on the. It was the guys. I believe, unless maybe that was with Colin. I can't remember anymore.
I think it was with Colin because I didn't talk to you on the first date.
Okay. On the first date?
On the first date.
That's an awkward first date.
We got no words, just passion, just let's walk.
That's like the fucking line. That's the tag for the movie. Awkward first date. No words, just passion. But no, we didn't talk on the first. I know that.
So then, when did we talk in the second
week editing?
Was that when we started
Yes.
talking? So we
We'll
started.
get to that. We get to that when I do mine on you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what was your first impression of Cole? Was the cuck jokes?
No. My first impression of Cole was this kid's shy.
Yeah.
Straight up, he's a shy kid, and he's gonna need to open up a bit, which he has, which is great.
Oh.
And that was one of my and then when I started talking after, he's like, yeah, like I'm for the past year, like or whatever it was, like 2 years, I've been really just kind of like settled in with internet memes and stuff. I'm like, okay, dude, don't worry about it. Like just hang out with me. Like I don't give a shit. I'll say whatever the fuck I want, and we'll be fine. Mm-hmm. And like you'll learn when to say things and when not to say things. And I find he's getting more and more comfortable being himself. And he's still learning a little bit about the boundaries, which is fine. Because again, if he was like he says this now, if he's like I would just be in my mom's basement right now, just fucking looking at YouTube videos, or I can't even do Cole's voice. It's very low, very.
The weirdest thing about Cole is he does such a good Kevin Conroy Batman. Like it's the weirdest impression, but it's like he goes from his like more like timid, shy voice into this like, "Hi, I'm Batman," and like an aggressive voice too. And I'm like,
it's because he's got those fucking sweet low bass voice, right? Which you look at him, you're like,
for a jazz band.
I mean, I'd fucking Barry Manilow there. Sure, let's get this guy up there. But like looking at him, like you wouldn't expect him to have such a low voice. Mm-hmm. But anyways, that's my thing. I'm like, oh, he's just a shy kid. Yeah. That's how I saw when I first saw Cole. I think that's everyone.
By the way, can we title this podcast "We Judge Our Friends"?
I was gonna say no words, just passion.
Oh damn! Oh no, which one?
That's so clickbaity.
See, I think that's why I'm gonna do it.
Like right about to kiss.
Yeah, we'll Photoshop. Yeah, we'll just go right between.
Good God.
Oh my God. Okay, so I guess that comes down to the two of us.
Okay.
Because there's another person that we were talking to at the beginning that I don't really want to. It would just be bad news bears if I just brought this one person up, so I'm not even gonna bother.
Sure, okay.
All right, so Lip, what was your first impression of me?
All right. Are you ready for my first impression of Millette Larche? I thought he was a kiss ass. The first day in orientation, he asked like 2 questions, and it was literally just 2 questions that were informative questions he wanted to know. But I was like, this guy's just gonna be kissing.
No, I knew you were gonna say that because in all of my classes, like the more mature students always ask questions because they don't care, but like all of like the younger students are like, and I always almost like the same thing, like.
Oh, you just want
Yeah.
friends and sprouts.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, and then I had that thought, and then I never thought about you again. And then 2 weeks, second editing class, Justin sat behind me, and it was just like the weirdest thing ever. I just like turned around, he's wearing a Funhouse shirt, and I just like turned around and I'm like, hey, I really like your shirt. And he's like, really? You watch Funhouse? And I'm like, yeah, I love Funhouse. And he's like, and then we just started talking about like Rooster Teeth and stuff. And then I think it was like on the Monday we realized we had another class, so we just like sat near each other and started talking, and then we like went out and hung out and stuff. And then slowly that's when like our whole like group of people
expanded.
But yeah, it was like literally I thought you were kiss ass, and then I realized I was like, he's just asking questions because he wants to know. And then I saw you at the Funhouse show and started talking to you, and then we've been friends since. But that is my first impression. Now, your turn.
When I didn't even think you existed.
Yeah. That's
like, I had no recollection of you, like, really, until, like, the day you turned around, like, nice shirt. I'm like, oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah. Like, but, it wasn't anything bad, except maybe once I saw you, probably something in a similar get up.
Oh, and you just thought I was going to be like some fuckboy?
No, so I thought, in my mind, I'm like, oh, my God, he's just going to be one of those retards that knows nothing about blah, 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 like, anything. You're just there, like, to be like, oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, fucking easy class. I just want grades. Like, I thought you were going to be one of those fools.
Like kind of like a pushover? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But thankfully, no. You actually, then you told me about, like, what you used to do in Standoff the Funhouse and the cucks and everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just, like, slowly it was like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it seems like. It's like we never actually had concrete impressions of each other.
No.
It was, again, I just saw you one class, and I'm like, you're kiss ass, but
not even first class, orientation day.
Orientation, and I never actually really like thought it as just like, it was like something where it's like, this person's talking, so I hate them.
I could be doing nothing right now. I could just be listening to them, but I gotta listen to this fuck.
I could be 182 in my room right now.
Like all the small things, man. I'm missing all the small things.
But yeah, that's that is that. I do want to know, since you know more about Justin, what was your first impression of him? Because I told you about him before. Obviously, I bragged about how he's my favorite.
Yeah.
So we met twice officially. Once in the editing suite.
Yeah.
And then the car ride.
Yes.
Yeah. That is true.
And then this is like, it's like third time, maybe?
Third or fourth, yeah, something like that.
Third time. That was like...
No,
Is it third?
Yeah.
I think it might be third.
Yeah, okay.
Because, like, being home and whatnot.
Yeah.
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 I honestly thought Justin was going to look a lot different.
Oh, so
Really?
what do you think the look was?
I didn't think you were going to be you. Like, I thought you were going to be, like,
Is that an insult?
completely...
Are we fighting right now?
Well, like this,
Look, is everyone
really
okay?
don't
Are you
want
hurt?
to.
like this, like short, twiggy nerd,
Not tall,
Lanky?
lanky, yeah. And, like, I know you... Like, I remember you saying that, like, he was, like, 29 or whatever, but, like, I just didn't picture you to look... This is going to sound so bad, but, like, that old. you look old.
It's the beard.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I've
okay.
shaven the beard completely off, and I look like I'm a 12-year-old little bitch.
Yeah.
And then also, like, loud. Like, I didn't expect you to have, like, just loud, but, like, a strong voice.
Oh no, it's loud, motherfucker. It is loud.
It is. I know. I completely get what you're saying.
So-
I mean, the way I described it, I always just said, like, I was like, I always do the stuff with you, and, like, I relate most to you, so I'm guessing she more had a picture of, like...
Lib 2.0.
Well, and, like,
Not-
knowing the people that
yeah.
Lib used to hang out with, like, that's just kind of who you automatically resort to, is, like, kind
Yeah.
of, like, just a mix of all
It's
of
your
them.
reference,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, he reminds me most of Granger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, for sure. Like,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
in
yeah.
mindset at all, but just kind of in the look. Because we had this one friend who, he had a beard since, like, grade 9, probably grade 8.
He was the dad of the school.
Yep. He honestly had, like, that level of hair, like, always short hair. And he's just, like, he's a little, like, stocky. But, yeah, we always called him, like, the dad and stuff. And you kind of have, like, a little bit have the same look as him. You're obviously,
Yeah.
you're a lot taller. You know, you had better hair than he did.
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't mind you with the buzz cut, but I meant, like...
I was bald, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was to the skin.
The
This
buzz
is like
cut,
this is
that
like a
looks
week
way
later.
Better than the bald does. Okay. Not that you have a bad head structure. You have a shiny head.
I have a white head, a very white.
shiny head.
Well, that's what happens when you shave your goddamn head, Lib.
I know, but yours was shinier than most. I think that'd be who I'd see him most at.
So,
Yeah.
do you want to know what I thought Haley's first impression of me was?
What?
A misogynistic piece of shit
Why,
that just said such crude words for nothing.
Because
No.
she was having a conversation with a woman. And he said, "You guys are gonna run muffs."
I said scissors first, and then
you
we're going to
said
fucking scissor each other. And Haley's like, you
Wait,
don't.
wasn't it the second time?
No, that was the first time. Cause you like,
No,
you
that
know.
was the second time. 'Cause first
Yeah.
time
Yeah, the
was
second time.
editing.
Yeah, it was in the editing suite, and we were just talking. I think
You
crazy.
didn't have much
No.
of an impression, and then you came in and you're all like,
I came all hot. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you were in a mood that day, but I just remember, like, I was just like,
Whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I felt bad though.
Because, like, I was excited to be there for Lib, and I really just didn't care about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Are you talking about at the party or at the when we were just
The
at the editing
first
suite?
time here, yeah.
Yeah. You're thinking about the other time.
Yeah, I
right
was thinking
there.
about the party.
Yeah.
The party,
You didn't say really. You weren't that. You weren't a lot the first time, because you were on camera a lot.
Oh yeah, I was the host, for a
Yeah.
bit of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the party when you drove us, we talked.
Well, obviously,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you were gonna think that my impression was like
Nah.
he hates gay people. He's just so rude.
no, because,
She knows I would never be friends with somebody.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Listen,
Lib is, no, Lib,
As much as I make like jokes and stuff that are a little like risk, I'm like completely.
well, yeah, and that's the whole thing, too, is that, like, A, I know Lib wouldn't hang out with somebody like that,
Yeah.
and B, Lib makes jokes like that, too, and so do I, like, it's, like, that's just kind of
it's
our
all
way
about
of,
intentions, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
If I was dead serious, like all those.
If you
Again, I'm gonna use crude words, but like in like very angry crude words, which is not what I mean. But if I'd be like, oh, fucking dykes, all they do is just fucking rub muffs together, like that's all they're fucking good for. If I did something like that, I would I would never say that. It was just in a moment of like, you're gonna scissors and fucking, you're gonna do this. You're gonna pump muffs. Like that's what I would say.
There's just something
No, but
funny about like unwarranted somebody screaming like fucking dykes.
No, but I just remember how,
Again, I would never say
Freaked.
that word.
I just remember how freaked out Justin was at the end of the night when something came up about a threesome, and I was like, oh yeah, Lib wants to have a threesome with you, and you're like,
Oh, I just went off on that.
Yeah, you're just like, you want to have sex with me? You like looked right at me, and I'm like, so what if I want to have
Yeah.
sex with you?
And it's like, no, you're not gonna. Yeah, that's what it was.
that was,
That was fun. That was
yeah,
fun night.
that was a fun night.
And I was completely sober for that.
True. Should we wrap it up? All right.
You know what? Go check the monitor for a quick second, and then we're gonna set some stuff up. All right, we're gonna move the table away.
You're gonna kick my ass. Okay.
No, well, we're gonna show you a couple things. So,
God.
Lib keeps talking to me about this, and I finally have all my equipment. And he wants to be like, well, like, if you ever want to do Muay Thai, go, it's okay.
No, I want you to know that I was saying if you ever wanted to work out and do
Yeah.
Muay Thai together, I'd like to.
Yeah, which
Teach me how to punch.
the boy needs to learn how to defend himself.
Yes, yes.
But anyways, we were going to, like, he's like, if you ever want to work out, if you want to do your Muay Thai stuff, just let me know, and like, we'll go. And I finally have all my equipment with me, and I figured, you know what, let's do a quick demonstration with Lib.
All right.
And we'll teach him how to potentially throw some punches and some kicks.
All right.
So we're gonna
This
start.
is gonna be so funny.
To get ready for this, since he doesn't have his, I didn't tell him to bring any like any loose like shorts
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So we might not do the kicks, but we are gonna do the punching.
Oh, this is gonna make me laugh
This
because
is gonna be
my
fun.
mom always said Lib would not win in a fight with a wet paper bag.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
funny. Also, I've been very warm, and this is why. I've been sitting in these goddamn tie shorts for hours. I've been waiting for so long for this. God damn, this feels good now. Super breezy. Also,
Easy breezy, beautiful.
I'm a
Justin.
cover girl.
Oh, then you're wearing pajamas.
Nope. I was gonna teach you. I'm gonna be in my guards, man.
All right.
These are my shortest of short shorts of Muay Thai
Nice,
shorts.
I'm wearing
nice.
jeans.
They
Yeah,
look-
so we're probably not gonna do kicks. I'm just gonna show you a couple of punches.
Thank God.
But I'm just more comfortable like
Are we gonna
this.
get the equipment out?
We will, if you know what, if you want to move that over here, that way,
All right.
and we're just gonna
trying
point
to-
this over here.
Point the mics at us
Yeah, just so that our voices can be heard.
a little bit. Or
Yeah.
just talk loud.
Yeah.
Oh
All right,
my
so let's move that
God.
over there. And look, you're more than welcome to learn how to punch too.
No, I think I'd just rather watch.
Yep. It's like a Haley Solo show.
Oh, hello.
So we may also have to move the camera, maybe.
I'll just, I'll back it up.
Yeah, let's just back it up. You might even be able to just zoom it out too. So, one of the things that we do for Muay Thai is obviously we would kick.
Stretch.
Yes, it's actually an important thing. No, so actually, let's talk about this. So, a lot of people think when it comes to Muay Thai or any kind of combat sports or anything, the way to stretch is by like doing these and like pulling our legs and stuff. Those are bad. You do that,
Teach me how to stretch.
those are post-workout stretches.
Yes.
Because your muscles are already torn, getting relaxed and like good to go. What you want to do is for normal stretches, All it is just literally this.
Oh yeah.
And then you come back.
Ooh.
It's the rotation of the hips. So when you're doing for kicks, you want this. You want that flexibility.
Hurt a bit.
But I don't know if it's these little white boy skinny jeans you got on.
It's pretty much the white boy skin.
Oh, yeah.
I got a
But,
lot of
like,
flexibility.
yeah, it's good because like you want to be able to go like as high as you can, and then come back.
I'm not taking my pants off.
I'm not asking you to right.
All right, you know, I'm stretched out for the
All
legs.
right. So now for the arms, it's super simple. All it is just literally rotation.
Okay.
You do this,
I can do this.
and then you go back. You reverse it.
I had a shot. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah. All right. Then you do the same thing for the other side. You just rotate.
I get this. It's all about like loosening it up.
Exactly right. Because if you're tense, then your punches are not going to be as strong as they could be. Okay.
See, now I know this. So,
So
if I'm ever in a
before
fight,
you just gotta go.
So
the guy's like, "All right, bro, let's go."
no, when that dude came at me, I'm like, dude, are you okay? Really? I'm like, dude, are you okay? Are you okay?
Are we gonna start something now?
All right.
Give me the punchers.
Wait.
Am I gonna wear full equipment or just the gloves?
No, you're just going to wear the gloves. There's no point of you wearing shin guards because you're not kicking.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, these are fucking weird.
These are 16-ounce gloves. They will feel a little bit heavy after you punch for a while.
Okay.
But, fundamental.
Man, these smell great.
Yeah, they're sweaty, so.
Thank you. Thanks, coach.
All right, you would also be Okay. So, you'd also be actually wearing, having hand wraps on.
Yeah.
I don't because I got a giant wrist, so I don't have the risk of hurting myself. But the reason why you have hand wraps is for cushioning.
Yeah.
It's actually for your wrist. What happens is you wrap it around here, and it keeps this stiff.
Yeah.
So then when you punch, you don't have the risk of bending your wrist in a very bad way,
I
or
want
you might
those
be
for-
breaking it. Yeah. So I have very big wrists, and I have good enough structure that I don't have to worry about that happening. But we're going to talk about the fundamentals of striking.
Okay.
First things first, bring your hands up.
Gotta get this.
This
stance.
is so.
Left foot forward.
So are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed
So your power hand, which would be your right hand, will be in the back.
because I get the rotation with.
So you don't whine.
Well, yeah,
We're
I
going to
know
talk
that.
about this. We're going to talk about this.
Oh my god.
But anyways, one of the things you're going to want to do is actually bring up your hands up here. Now the reason why your chin is down, so let's just say,
Wait, I'm gonna take my glasses off.
that's fine. Thank you, Haley. So one of the reasons why you never, see how you're crunching down right now? No, relax. So here, we just do this, my chin's down,
Okay.
and I'm like this.
Okay.
And
That's
that's it.
better.
Right? The reason why you don't do this, let's just say you throw, I don't know, let's just say you throw a jab.
Yeah.
Your chin is out
Yeah.
and about. So again, we'll do the other opposite way. So throw that punch.
Yeah.
So how his chin's out, I can just knock him silly right now. If his chin was down
Yeah.
and I come in, I have a harder chance of getting right here.
You're not gonna.
And you'd have a harder time with Justin because he has neck camouflage.
Yeah, you can't tell where
I
this.
don't know where the chin is.
Yeah. Where's the neck? Where's the chin, bro? Where's the fucking beard, man? Who knows? It's all one.
It's like you get hit in the neck. It's like you're like, I don't feel it.
Yeah, I just absorb it. But anyways, your hands are gonna be up,
Okay.
chin's gonna be down, and you're gonna be yes, right there. That's good. Typically, you'd be more. So if you'll notice, the reason why I also took my shoes off and everything is to kind of demonstrate this more. When I'm standing here, I'm not like this. I'm not flat-footed. I'm actually more like this. I'm more on the balls of my feet here in the front. So now
It's fun. Oh no, not
I
gonna
can
happen.
move.
Nope.
Like it's easy
It's
for
got
me.
real scary.
It's easy for me to rotate around, right?
You know.
Because if I was like this and I was walking,
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's terrible.
When you threw that jab, I almost went to like catch it.
People do that. That's not legitimately. People, what they'll do is, let's say if I were to jab and you were to catch it,
Yeah.
my hand's stuck now.
Yeah. And I just.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay, I don't know the combos. Okay.
No, but I'm just, so again, very quickly, let's just say you caught my hand and
Yeah.
you tried to step in.
Oh, that looked rough.
Like you'd be eating a fist right away. You would
Yeah.
more or less, you'd catch it,
Yeah.
divert it down this way,
Yeah.
and then with that hand,
With this hand. And then
you come again. Anyways, fundamentals of punching.
Okay.
All right. When you throw a jab right now.
So if I'm this way, jab, it's like boom, straight, right?
Yeah. Okay. So when you throw a jab, it is not just a simple movement of throwing your arm up and extending. There is a science behind this.
Okay.
It'll be when you throw your jab, front foot's gonna step in to kind of close the distance a little bit.
Yep.
And if you notice when I'm doing this,
Yep.
this is gonna come, and I'm gonna punch like this.
It actually like turns.
There's a rotation. It's bang.
Hey, remember when you kept telling me that was wrong?
Yeah, I thought it was wrong.
So you can't do this. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is like
You look like a Backstreet Boy right now.
oh yeah, because what happens here.
I want it that way.
Okay.
So what happens here is my alarm is now locked in,
Yeah.
and like I can literally pop it out of place if I were
Yeah.
to do that. Right, like right here it'd be bad. No, it's just in. And
So it's like boom.
so rotate that hand. There you go. That's better. So now do a normal job without rotating it.
Okay.
Right now, do the rotation with the step in. Do you feel that? Do you feel that power?
Yeah.
That's what you want. Because what happens is when you're punching, I'm not just stopping here. My goal is keep your gloves up.
Yeah.
Let's say if this was your face. I'm not just gonna go.
Yeah. You're going through that.
Yeah, I'm going bang.
Boom.
I'm punching. Here's your face. I'm punching to your neck.
It's all about like power through technique.
Yeah. So now the reason why I'm getting you to step in, you're not always gonna step in, but it's because you're gonna set it up now with another move, which is your cross. Is your rear hand.
Yes.
So you go bang. Now with this leg, my rear leg, I'm gonna take a step and I'm gonna rotate it. See how now how my toes are pointing towards you?
Yes.
So it's bang, bang. Already this is coming, and it's just boom through now. So try that.
Okay. So
Jab.
It's like
Okay, good. That's not bad. We're gonna work on.
we're gonna work on it. You're gonna make me the best fighter in the league, Rocky. I'm
Hands
sorry,
up.
coach.
So jab. No.
No, what am I missing?
Go jab.
Which one am I
Jab.
punching?
Jab.
Okay.
So you're going across, which is good. So again,
Okay. Ow.
where are your hands?
They're,
Hands are up.
okay.
You connect. Your hands come back up.
Okay. Okay.
So connect. There you go. And then you throw in with the combo. That's that cross.
Okay. So try it again.
Go. Bang bang.
Is that better?
Why'd that hand come down?
I'm sorry, coach.
All right. Again.
Do it.
Bang bang. There you go. It's better.
Woo, this
That's
is
better.
fun.
All right. Now we're gonna end this.
Oh, God.
We're gonna do
Can
the
we please
hook.
start actually doing this for real? I'm having
Yeah.
fun.
So I'll demonstrate how I do it afterwards, okay?
Okay.
Like the whole combo. So the hook, it's gonna come jab, cross. Again, see how I'm stepping forward?
Yep.
So now that I'm like this, my body's very much so turned, right?
Yeah, and then you just come in.
So-
So obviously not wanting it back.
So once this, so people have different theories on this. People say do it once your hand's completely returned. I like doing it right about here. So about halfway, okay? So you throw this cross, you connect. This is now gonna turn. So see how my body's going right away?
Yep.
And then, so what happens here is I'm not throwing from down here. I am throwing from up here.
Okay.
It's a curve with a step because power comes from the hips.
Yep.
So when you do this, bang, okay? So just throw, jab, go slow, jab,
So jab,
cross.
boom, and then from here it's boom.
See how you're not stepping?
Yes.
So step.
So which one am I stepping with? This one or that one?
So watch, left foot, left hand. Right
Got
foot,
it.
right,
You step.
left foot, left hand.
Okay.
It's the same foot is moving with the hands.
So it's
Bang, bang.
boom, and then this way.
It's not bad. It's not bad. All right, that's not bad.
Try it one time.
Try it one more time. Complete.
Full combo.
Full combo. Let's go.
Call me Rocky.
Let's go, Rock.
Hey. Oh.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I moved both my feet.
That's not bad. All right, put these on.
Oh no.
Oh, good
This is the
God.
part where he beats the shit out of me.
No. But I'm going to show you. I am not, okay, for the record, I am not an expert at this. I fight a little bit like a heavyweight with a bit of movement of someone who's a bit lighter.
Yeah.
So I don't plant as often as I should to go for knockout blows. I'll move around a lot. So what's going to happen here is when I throw these, I'm going to be moving forward. So you're going to have to walk back a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? So again, we're going to go slow, bring them up here.
Okay.
Whoop. I meant to do that.
Just throw those.
Yeah. So jab's going to be bang,
Yep.
right? So bang. I'm going to come with my cross. Bang.
Yep.
Now tilt this way.
Yep.
And then whew, it's going to be like that.
Alright.
Okay?
Catching some heat.
Yeah.
So come a bit closer.
Okay.
All right. Also, you always want to have it so that your punches goes through, right?
Yep.
So bang, that's what I want. So again, it's going to go bang, bang, and then bang. All right, I'm going to go a bit faster this time. Bring them up.
Yep.
Bring them close to your face.
Okay.
I'm not going to hit you.
I know.
So it's going to go bang, bang. See how you're supposed to back up?
I'm trying.
All right. Again, we're going to go slow. Bring them up. So it's going to go bang. Right there. That's good.
Okay.
So you see how far you are?
Yes.
Can I hit you like this?
No.
Stay there. Bring them up. Now look. I turn, bang, and then
All right.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, I know.
So now, when I come in,
All right, one time full speed. We can do this. I'm
all
ready.
right, come in.
I'm more scared about this than the actual punching.
So it's gonna go.
Do you do like the highs
Yeah.
when you're fighting?
The reason why you go the high highs for this because it expels energy and it really pushes out the force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Pretty much. But that, everybody, has been the Select Star Network podcast. I want to thank Haley for joining us.
Watching us fight. Audio's probably gonna be rough for that part.
That's going to be fine. Liv, thanks for participating. Thanks for being here.
No problem. Thanks, Coach.
Actually, in Muay Thai, come back here.
Are we gonna bow?
It's not bowing.
Okay.
You see Sodi Cup?
Sodi cup.
No, Sodi Cup.
Sodi cup.
There. You do this.
Yep.
And you just do this.
Okay.
You don't go down here. That's a level of disrespect.
Okay.
This is respect.
All right. Want to do
So-
it one more time? Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be Sodi Cup. That's everything for this week. Hopefully everything turns out great. Again, Haley, thanks for being here. Liv, thanks for being here as well. I want to thank my crew.
Hey, you're welcome.
Hey, Liv, thanks. Haley, thanks. And as always, guys, we'll catch you next time. We love you so much, and bye.
See you later.